Today I'm going to be talking about trekking poles. So these are used to improve your efficiency while going uphill on trail runs and hikes. And they allow you to push down on your poles, then using the muscles of your upper body to supplement your legs and hips. And you can get a fair amount of efficiency gains by using these. That's the main benefit from using them. The others are stability, so you get 4 points of contact with the poles. So if you're on a very technical trail, lots of rocks and roots, or if you're going downhill and it's slippery, those extra points of contact can come in handy. And then the last benefit I'll mention is for people that have leg soreness or injuries. You might be able to go further than you ordinarily would without the poles. All right, the features to mention are first strength, and so you want to be able to use these poles putting a lot of force on them, so they have to be strong. And that also goes into how whatever mechanism is present for collapsibility or adjustability, that system has to work when you're putting continual force down on the pole. The next one to mention is weight. So these are carbon fiber poles, extremely light. I barely notice them when I'm moving with them, and then for a lot of miles I'll just carry them in one hand if it's a flat or downhill section. So the weight is important as well. The other things to think about are the handles. So you'll notice these have two handle positions. The top position is when you're going fast and putting a lot of power down, and the trail is is relatively even. But they have these other positions where if the trail is higher than on either side of your feet, then you can put your hands in these lower positions and get good performance. Also up top on the poles are the straps, and so if you're continually going uphill, you put your hands in these straps, and then you, instead of gripping tightly on the end of the pole, you pull down with your hand in that strap, and that transmits the force down to the ground. So make sure you get comfortable straps. Now the other things to look at on the poles are, I mentioned earlier with the collapsibility or adjustability mechanisms. I would avoid any pole like this that has a twist compression mechanism. These will sometimes fail, and sometimes when you're out in the middle of nowhere. And then this adjustability mechanism on these backcountry ski poles is better in that everything is on the outside, and you can easily replace parts of that mechanism if it happens to fail. Okay, so those are the main benefits and features, and now I'll show some action shots. Running uphill with poles takes some practice. Get the timing right with each step. All right, going downhill with poles, I keep my hands out of the straps. I can put my hands into multiple positions, and then you're always wanting to have an extra point of contact in case you slip or slide. So if you're on a narrow or rutted or technical trail section, take your hands out of the straps, then you can change grip positions depending on where you plant. All right, so I'm going to talk now about these poles in particular. So we've been through features and benefits and uses of the poles. So these ones are the Black Diamond Distance Carbon Z poles, and I think I've had these about 10 years now and use them regularly all that time. They're still as good as new, I think. So super durable. They're lightweight. They collapse down really easily, so you press that button there, slide the handle down, and boom, you can put that in a pack. And just as easy to extend them. Very comfortable, two hand positions, comfortable strap. They've saved me a bunch of times. I didn't talk about in the features section about kind of strength side to side. It was a couple weeks ago, I was going downhill with these, and I slid, and then the pole had gotten into a hole, and I put a lot of sideways force on the pole, and I was pretty sure that it was gonna be broken when I got up, and it was not. Didn't notice a thing about it. So anyway, these poles do everything you want in poles. They're super lightweight. Yeah, and like I was saying with the categories, these ones make me happy, and when I see them, I want to go get on a trail. So 5 OGs.